Good morning. So we are on week 4 and that's great news. Let's start this week by implementing some small techniques that you can start to implement to reduce your anxiety, your stress and your depression, and also help regulate your moods. By paying more attention to the present, you can start the process of improving your overall mental well-being. I'm going to incorporate some little breaking barriers tasks for you to implement at regular intervals between the CBT techniques. So for today's task, I'd like you to think of everything in your life that you have that you are grateful for. Start from your family, go through them one by one and connect to why you are grateful to have them in your life. Then move on to your friends. Then move on to your work, as this is a big part of your life. Now, work can be anything. It's not necessarily only your career. It could be something like your studies, or it could be work that you do as a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home dad. It encompasses everything in your day-to-day life. That is your work for the day. Now, also don't forget to include your possessions. What things do you have that you are grateful for? It could be anything from you have a nice car, or it could be you have a nice flat that you've worked really, really hard for. It could be your pet, maybe your dog or your cat that you really love. It could be your job that perhaps you stumbled upon accidentally and applied for and you got. So spend some time actually noticing what you have in your life that you are lucky to have. I have some clients that really struggle with this. Depression is so difficult sometimes that you cannot see and show gratitude for what you actually have. You just can't see it. So sometimes I say at the very, very least, the thing that you have is 2 eyes. You have a family, regardless of how small that family might be, you have one. You have friends, even if it is just one person that you speak to. This is something. Don't discredit it. So ask yourself, what do you have in your life that you are grateful for? You can also ask someone else to point out what you have. This will give it from a new perspective. What you take for granted in your life might be what somebody else really envies, and you discredit this and give it no attention. So it's something that you've always had that maybe you just don't realize you should be grateful for it. You could do your health. You have limbs, you have food, you have water, you have a family, you have a job, you have someone that loves you regardless of who it is. In the midst of every low feeling, there is something that can actually bring you joy. Do you have transport when others don't? Are you creative? Do you have a talent? Do you have education? Do you perhaps have an experience in something? Anything that give you some gratitude. Do you have your parents? Do you have children? Do you have great friends? Get to the basics of what you have. Things that perhaps you take for granted that other people envy is always a good way to look at things. Show them a little bit of gratitude, because life can always be much worse than you imagined. So appreciate what you have. Now, I always use Cindy as my example in this program. So let's have a look at the kind of things that she wrote down. So she wrote down that she really appreciates her flat. Now, the fact that it's rented and it belongs to her partner's family is completely irrelevant. The fact that it's cheap is completely irrelevant. She has a flat. Even though she doesn't own it, she has a place that she can go. There's no place for negative thoughts in this gratitude journal. Appreciate what you do have. So she appreciates she has a flat and that she doesn't have to live with her mom and dad. Cindy also wrote that she's grateful for things like her dog, her pet. She's very grateful that she has Sandy in her life. She can take Sandy to the park because she lives near a big parked area. So she's grateful that she can just walk there instead of having to drive, when a lot of people have to do that. Then she's also grateful for her mom and her partner Jeff, who looks after her, and they really do love her, and she knows that they love her. She's grateful to have a job. She's grateful to have her car, which her mom helped her arrange finance for. She's grateful for the blood test that she recently had, showing that there was nothing seriously wrong with her. So she had her health. She's also grateful for her sisters and her nice family, and she is very family orientated, so this she really appreciates. She's grateful that she's slim and that she doesn't have to worry about dieting, for instance. A lot of people worry about their weight. She's grateful that she can draw. Now, these are all examples of the kind of things that Cindy wrote. So I'd like you to spend some time thinking about your life and what you are grateful for. Write down everything that you can think of. Think of everything that you have and be generous. Use as many sheets as you need to. I have attached a gratitude journal in the CBT notes, so copy this as many times as you can, and also rate your moods from 1 to 10. Really go wild. Encourage yourself to write maybe 5 to 6 pages if you can. Take everything in your life, really fine tooth comb it. And if something pops into your head at a later date, go back and quickly jot it down. This list needs to get longer and longer and longer. Encourage yourself to think about all of these things. Now, writing down things can put your conscious and your subconscious mind in alignment. It's a very, very powerful tool. We want your minds to join together, and the gratitude journal can really help you do this.